This is Dan Max, the trading agent. This is a stock trading and recap channel that I wanted to share to the masses. In a probability game, there's no certainty. Here are my insights and predictions.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the trading agent, doing a back to basic series about the evening star, as Investopedias call it. Call it the Gravelstone Doji. Just it's a reversal pattern. Why I want to focus on it? Well, they give it a 72% accuracy rating. If you read the pattern prediction accuracy, I look at it pretty high as well. You see it intraday, you see it daily, you see it after typically big run ups. And when I mean a big run up, it's an exhaustion pattern. So let's talk about it real quick and give you a good understanding of what it means and where you can see it on charts. Just remember, it's just a small doji. It's a very small indecision candle. And the more volume it has, the more powerful it is. And that's where volume can really help you see where something's topping. Here's an example of gold from 2020. Went from 156, ran up to 195. The very top, you saw a Gravelstone Doji. You had nice volume up here. You pulled back with decent volume, and then you had a lower high and bounced. You can see there's a head and shoulders pattern. What you see a lot is with these Gravelstone Dojis, abandoned baby, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's a Japanese trading signal. Those folks who were trading rice patterns for the commodity market thousands of years ago learned that if you chart the open and the close and you created a wick for the intraday price action, it actually could tell you something about such. So you see it there, you see it here after a little bounce, you see it here at the top in 2021, you see it in a lot of places, as you're seeing. This is just gold. You saw it here in a short-term top. It's just one of those patterns that you need to be familiar with. And again, I don't want to tell Tesla owners to sell all their shares, but I hope they took some profits. You saw it up here. I know the volume wasn't great, hence why I think you will get some sort of backfill. But if you see the 1200 plus range, it needs to break out. Just keep it simple. I mean, I could flip through charts all day, but I want to go back to what it says again, just so you can see it. I mean, it's a bearish evening star reversal pattern. Starts with the tail white bar that carries an uptrend to a new trend. Now, the white bar, just keep in mind, the white bar can be many days. I always tell people that. Like, if you see and you're waiting for only one big white bar, and even if it's intraday, zoom out and see if that white bar is actually there. You know, all time frames matter, meaning that depending on what you're trading at will affect your short-term or your long-term trend. This big white candle, if you turn on the weekly chart, the last week could be all white, and that's where the daily candles can be a little misleading or a little confusing. So you see that here, and here's Tesla. It's a big doji. I would be willing to bet that there's some interesting formations on the weekly that you could see the same kind of thing. Big green, big green, big green. You might not have seen one big green day for the daily, but there you go. You look at the weekly, you can kind of see, okay, well, there is the big green. I mean, same thing when you had gold topping. We'll go back to that. You're looking for this pattern because it typically can be very telling of a trend exhaustion. Here it is intraday again. Let me zoom back into gold. So I want people to see this stuff. It needs to be so obvious and so visual, you can't miss it. Here it is. You had two of them, actually. What's interesting is the day before you had a decent volume spike. But here's your big green. The probabilities. There is no certainty. And so when they put a 72% probability, that's pretty high. Now, if you could predict anything with 72% clarity in the market, you tell me how you'd be doing. And you should be doing well. You should be trading well. You should be making money. I'd be willing to bet that if I can get this candle, this bar behind it, the weekly, here was your big green. I mean, that was your big green move in 2020. I mean, you went from I mean, 130s. I mean, it really got going. So you always need to start with your trades and zooming out. And I tell people that you always have to look where you come from to know where you are. The bigger the move, the harder it runs, the more likely it's going to pull back. And that's where you look for the topping patterns. And that's where this is really the most powerful thing. And that's where if you extrapolate it to Tesla, you see really easily like that could be the abandoned baby. That could be the topping signal. This volume down is telling you something. I'm not shorting it, but if I see a big bounce back and the volume is dirt and I see another reversal pattern, it could be a lower high and a short. I hope this helps. I hate that I'm picking on Tesla, but you have to use what's obvious. And this has been an impressive run. 550s to 1250s. That's 140, 130% run. If you're not taking profits, the markets are going to take them for you. And there's signals out there, like the abandoned baby, that will help you. I like to call it the gravel stone doji. It's just a typical topping pattern. 70% plus accuracy. That's the kind of thing you need to be aware of if you're playing the probability game. All right, this is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the trading agent. The Back to Basics series about the abandoned baby, aka Gravelstone Doji, Evening Star, whatever you want to call it. I keep saying abandoned baby, but that's the bottom side one. But I apologize. You get the gist. You see the candle formation. It's a high and tight. It's after a big run. I apologize if the wording is a little confusing, but look for the formation. Don't worry about the name, because you can Google the name Evening Star and find many other names for this thing. Just know the formation. All right, fam. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like the content. Also smash the like button, share with your friends, and add a comment. If there's a topic or stock you'd like me to give you insight about, let me know in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer your question. Thanks.